My name is Rosie Lovell and you are in my cafe. It's called Rosie's, it's in Brixton Market and I've had it for 10 years. My mum was a fantastic cook, which I know everyone says, but my mum really is. Eating here is like coming into my home because it's the same kind of food that our whole family cooks. I love Brixton Market. It's where I get most excited because there's just such a huge variety of produce here.
These look great.
The more you delve into producers and suppliers,
Oh, that's nice actually.
Thank you. The more excited you get about the things that you're going to cook and the way that you're going to approach them.
Can you tell me what these are?
Flying fish.
Thank you.
As an untrained chef, I think it's really, really important for me to get out there, to keep setting myself new challenges. I'm going on this journey to Edinburgh to meet Tom Kitchin, a Michelin-starred chef, and he's definitely someone that I massively admire, and just to see the way he works in the kitchen will teach me huge amounts. I'm interested to see what Tom's secret ingredient is. I mean, I suppose a secret ingredient could be anything, really. It could be an attitude, it could be a sort of state of mind, especially with a Michelin-starred chef. And my job is to find out this one. Sharing these secrets is what is so brilliant about food. I can't wait to get up to Edinburgh and meet Tom and get cracking. Hi Tom. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Look at that skyline, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's not a skyscraper in sight.
Not a skyscraper in sight.
I'm not used to a view like this.
That's what I thought today, Rosie. I would lend you Edinburgh for the day. You know, I want you to go out and explore it. You know, really dig beneath the surface and find it. You've got the castle there. Always remember where the castle is. It's not going to move. You know?
No.
Under the castle, you're going to find the farmers' market. Some of the greatest farmers' market produce you'll find in Scotland. You're all about delis. Edinburgh has some of the best delis in the country. Over this way, you're heading towards the sea. Think lobsters, crabs, that's where all that comes from. Meet the people, taste the food, but tomorrow morning, bright and early,
Yes, Tom.
in the kitchen, yes, chef.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
Stay warm.
Oh, thank you. So I arrived from London, met Tom and started finding out about what makes him tick in the kitchen.
You know, for me it's about the produce. In all these amazing 3-star restaurants that I was working in Paris and Monaco, we were using Scottish produce.
It seems to be all about producers, so now I'm off to meet them.
All of our Scottish producers have the herds on their own land, it's their own milk.
So fully local in every respect.
We only buy from producers, so it's much more personal and much more direct.
They're born and reared and fed what grows on the farm and slaughtered on the farm. So we've got top quality control of
So you know exactly what's going in and out.
absolutely everything. Yeah.
Tom came back to Scotland after working in France because he realised that this is where all the good stuff was. It feels like everyone's got the same attitude, there's a kind of pattern emerging. Everyone's talking about the same thing, which is how the producers treat those products. It's kind of the minimum intervention and the maximum respect so that the ingredients kind of sing for themselves. I'm really looking forward to going to Tom tomorrow and seeing all of those ingredients coming in and arriving and see a very professional restaurant kitchen at work.
These chefs have been here since 7 o'clock in the morning. It was 65 for lunch. The customers expect perfection and I expect perfection too. For me, the real universal thing that I want to get across to Rosie today, it doesn't matter if you're cooking at home, whether you're cooking in your deli or in a Michelin-star restaurant. If you buy quality ingredients, your food is going to be so much better. It's going to be a real baptism of fire. I mean, she's coming into the hot pot, but I know she's going to embrace it.
Hi Tom.
Hey, Rosie. How are
Oh
you?
my word.
So, I've got your chef's jacket. How about we get changed,
Yes.
get our aprons on,
Okay, let's go.
and we get stuck in?
Yeah.
First of all, let's get you introduced to the guys. This is young Greg.
Hello.
We've got a young Frenchman here. Slovenia, Scotland.
Is that caraway seeds? Lovely.
This is the champagne rhubarb. Beautiful langoustines straight in this morning from the boat,
Oh,
you
wow.
know? Look at that.
Do they pinch?
Yeah, they'll pinch, yeah. How many of these different game do you know?
Well, hare,
Hare, yep.
pheasant,
Male or female?
male,
Very good.
female pheasant.
Yeah. She's a lot prettier, isn't she?
No, he is.
No.
He's the hot guy.
Basically
Okay.
use your hands like little pincers. Should be lovely and clean like that.
Can you tell me why the fat is so yellow?
It's been eating the corn and the grain, and as we get later on into the season, they get fatter and fatter, and
Yep.
that's the natural fat of the bird. Use your fingers, you can just pull
Oh,
them.
there's grain in there. Brilliant.
That's the epitome of nature. You found the food parcel
Yeah.
already, okay?
Yeah.
We use absolutely every element of it, okay?
Yeah.
And that again is the philosophy of nature to play. And that's what I live and die by. Okay, let's go wash our hands.
Yeah. So, Tom, I mean, I've seen cheese and oatcakes and all sorts of things
Sure.
in Edinburgh. So where do you get this?
To get this kind of produce, you're going to have to leave the city. So I'm going to send you to a really trusted supplier of mine, Johnny Rutherford. His estate is just unbelievable. It's just a million miles away from your world. You're going to love it.
Okay.
We've been going for 20 odd years now. It's quite a hard life, you know. You're starting 6:30, 7 most mornings. It's a very satisfying job indeed. And it's especially satisfying when you get someone like Tom phoning up and saying, Johnny, that bird was fantastic. It's a very intense relationship. I probably text Tom more than I text my wife. He's so fussy, and because of that, it does up your game a bit. Your last pheasant that you put in, it's got to be as good as the next one, or the next one's got to be as good as the last one. Rosie really has landed on her feet today because being the last day of the season, she's going to be seeing the best quality of birds. She's going to be seeing the wily birds. I'll just introduce you quickly to the guns today. Stuart,
Hello.
Jake, and Doug. John, the keeper,
Oh, hi.
and Jock.
Hi.
It's not always, on a day like today, easy to shoot them cleanly. I'm making an excuse for myself now.
You can bring your tracks.
Right, Rosie, let's get on.
I felt really immersed into nature and into the farm and into the seasons.
Come on, dogs.
Just feeling the sort of culmination at the end of the shooting season. The birds are getting better and better as each day goes on, and they are working hard, so they're getting stronger as you reach the end of the season.
The wily old birds, they know what they're doing. They know we're standing here,
Yeah.
so they won't always come out over here. They'll come curl and go back over there. Oh dear, we haven't got any of this stripe yet.
But you're trying to make it as fair as possible. If the bird is too low, you're not going to shoot at it. So you end up with a few birds getting away each time. And what that means is that you get survival of the fittest. These birds are the best. They are plump and well fed and fat and muscle bound from all of their exercise. And then they get killed with one shot, not loads. The dogs that they have got with them have got to be trained so well. They've got to go in and get the bird, but treat it really gently.
It's got a nice plump sort of yellow fat, which is the wheat and the maize that it's had, and that'll just make it nice and moist.
You know when I cut open one of these birds at the kitchen,
Yeah.
grain just fell out.
Yeah.
It was magic.
It's a perfect bird for him, perfect bird for him.
We managed to bag ourselves a couple of really nice ones. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of process Tom uses tomorrow.
This is really what it's all about. Yesterday you were in the amazing Scottish countryside shooting the pheasant, and then here we are today and we're going to prepare it in my home. So we got some seasonal vegetables which we're going to do with the pheasant. We're going to do two different methods. We're going to do the steam cooking and we're going to do sous vide cooking. The pheasant is very delicate. By cooking it sous vide and steamed, we're going to retain the moisture in there.
I think Johnny would be really happy to see you treating this with so much respect after all the hard work.
But that's it, you know, he'd be proud. And some of my proudest moments are when the suppliers actually come to the restaurant and taste their food and are like, wow. I'm a great believer in the marriage of flavors. You know, like pheasant is in season at the same time as the root vegetables. You've got the celeria, carrot, salsify, parsnip. So naturally they go together in harmony with the pheasant. Yesterday, what you did, going down to see Johnny, I mean, there's a lot of chefs in the world. They don't think about that. Every chef needs the supplier. Every chef needs to understand nature. To start off with, we're going to cook the vegetables, and I know that it's going to be cooked at 85 degrees, okay? Pops out like that. Okay, so then in with the water, and that creates the steam effect. My wife, Michaela, you know, she loves to eat healthily. She loves steamed food, and this is exactly what this allows her to do. Put the vegetables into the bag.
So this is something you could do in advance?
Yeah, no, totally, and that's the exciting thing about, you know, cooking sous vide. You can really dilute the stress that, you know, comes with hosting dinner parties or Christmas. So much less stressful. First of all, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there. And then I got some chicken stock here. You could do vegetable stock. Put a little knob of butter in there. Rosemary, which I enjoy. Just make sure you don't overfill it. You just got enough space at the top of the bag there. It's nice and clean. Carefully just close the door. You know, my chef friends, if they saw this, this would be the ultimate chef envy. Cooking at home and you've got your own vacuum bag machine. You suck out all the air from the bag. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? There's nowhere for that flavour to go except back in the carrot. Okay, so that's up to temperature now. And then we just plate the vegetables in. And off we go. Okay, we've got a wonderful breast of pheasant here. So again, we're just going to season it nicely all over into the bag. And then I'm going to put a few sprigs of rosemary in there as well. Maybe a garlic clove. Crush it in. The vegetables should be cooked now, so we're going to take them out. Ooh. What I really wanted you to taste is to get in there and taste that. That is like the essence of carrot.
Gosh, that actually is. It's really strong.
So now we're going to cook the pheasant sous vide. We're going to set the sous vide temperature there. I know it's going to cook at 65 degrees for 20 minutes. In she goes. And then we're going to try as a rival. Okay. We're going to try the steamed version as well. The thing about steaming is it brings out the natural essence of the ingredient as well. A bit of salt in there. And a bit of oil again. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, so that's the pheasant beeping away.
So it's very low temperature, Tom.
Very low temperature, yeah. Because I know that's the temperature that we want to take the meat to have the perfect moisture and consistency. That in the bag there, you can see all that lovely flavour. So then I'm going to take that out, and now we'll put the steamed one in. If I was steaming vegetables, I would cook them at 100% steam. For the poultry, I always cook it on 25% steam and the rest heat.
So it's like a combination oven in a way.
Exactly. So we can pop in our beautiful pheasant breast into the steamer. You know when you want that kind of like char grilled steak or something, or nothing better than that lovely flavour of char grilledness on the on your meat. So we'll do the pheasant on there as well. But at the same time, we'll cook one in a pan as well, you know, in a more traditional method as well. So I'm going to start colouring off some of my nice vegetables there.
Okay, sort of caramelising them.
Caramelising, that brings wonderful flavour. Then we've got our sous vide breast. That's just been steaming there for 10 minutes. And I know that's just about perfect. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of colour on the steamed breast just to get that lovely extra flavour. And
then you get a sort of bit of crunch on the outside?
Yeah, exactly. Texture, flavour, it's all good. So we've got all the different vegetables that we've cooked sous vide. So each one we know is full of its own natural flavour. So we're going to present it, you know, and just very rustically, you know, home cooking. We've got the apple, and then we've got the different pheasants. So cut it in half.
Okay.
Wow. Which we can go on there. And then we've got the steamed one as well. Just lovely and moist. Look at that moisture.
Wow.
And then a little bit of the cooking liquor as well.
So these vegetables are local Scottish vegetables?
Yeah, everything on that plate is local to where we are. Let's taste that first to start with.
It's really tender.
It's like butter. The sous vide one is slightly more tender because it tenderizes the meat amazingly well. And the steamed one has a more natural flavour. It's a wonderfully tasty dish. We haven't done a great deal. It's down to the cooking precision and the attention to detail.
So I arrived and saw, first of all, the bird that, you know, yesterday it was in the sky, then it was on a plate. The process which Tom Kitchin used to make that meal today is about everything going back into the dish, all the flavours, you lose nothing. I've really had the most brilliant time. Edinburgh's definitely a culinary centre. It really feels like everyone's singing from the same song sheet and everyone feels really passionate. From start to finish, it's about treating things really, really well and really respectfully. Tom really showed me how sort of far things go back in the food chain, and actually I think that was really best shown when we cut out the back of the bird and all the grain fell out. The secret ingredient for Tom Kitchin is seasonality. I think that's what I really come away from the experience, from the journey with, is that Tom Kitchin uses the best, whether that is the ingredients or the tools. It's been 3 incredible days of discovery. I need to take all of this home with me to Brixton and see where I can apply it into my own life. It's something that I would definitely recommend to other people. So yeah, get exploring.